Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. Today we are going to be talking about Bitcoin, the total market cap and the altcoin market cap, and Litecoin, comparing what ones are stronger in relation to Fibonacci and making some predictions about what may come in the market. So let's get right into this. So I'm going to start off with Bitcoin here. As you can see, I have the Fibonacci tool drawn from the low to the peak, and we have the price go all the way down to the 88% retracement and then rally all the way up to the 382. And we can see that the volume spikes are bigger than the volume spikes previously in the 2017 cycle. As you can see, this spike right here was about 63 billion. And this spike over here was actually closer to 104 billion in volume. So that is a really good sign as far as the big picture for Bitcoin goes, meaning whether we're going to get above the all-time high level or not. When you see that much volume come in like this, that can give you a lot of confidence that we will go above that level. Now, what's interesting to me is the fact that Bitcoin has the most strength out of anything else in the whole market. And we know this because where it's at in the Fibonacci. As you can see, it's clear up to the 382. And if we look at the total market cap and compare, this one has only reached halfway in between the 50% and the 618. And if we go into the altcoin market cap has barely went up to the 786. So altcoins seem to be the weakest. Bitcoin is the strongest through this whole breakout, and Litecoin is probably one of the stronger altcoins during this whole breakout because it went all the way up to the 618 level. So that's pretty interesting to me. So Bitcoin really is carrying the market right now. I don't think that this move by any means is over. Now, if the 50% retracement right here at around 10,000 doesn't hold, I do plan on buying any dips near the 618, or even if we went down to the 786, that would be pretty gnarly. I don't expect us to drop all the way down to the 786, but any dips in this area is actually a good place to buy because this is the first wave before we go towards new all-time highs in a cycle. So anywhere that this wave actually starts to dip off is a good entry for the next wave in Bitcoin. So what do I mean by it will have another wave? Well, this is the first wave in a new cycle. So that means that whenever Bitcoin does dip, there will be another wave in Bitcoin taking us to new highs and even higher than those highs because it's creating a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cycle. And the last time that it did this was actually in 2015 when it started to bottom out. And then through 2016 and 17, it managed to get above the previous all-time high. And that's exactly what we are doing again in the Bitcoin cycle currently. So Bitcoin being the leader, watch it. If it starts to dip, obviously your altcoins are going to have a little bit more weakness, I would suspect. Now, that is because of the fact that new money is going to flood into Bitcoin first and then go into altcoins after they've entered Bitcoin. And the reason for this is because as money comes into the market, Bitcoin is the biggest gateway, the biggest entry point into the market. It's also the biggest market cap in the market, so it generally has the most volume consistently. And so everybody floods into Bitcoin, and then if they start to rapidly take their money out of Bitcoin, altcoins can fall after that, along with Bitcoin. But as soon as money starts to come back into Bitcoin, then altcoins will have more money to play with because people will start spending their Bitcoin on altcoins, seeing the opportunity and seeing the fact that they are a lot further down in terms of percentage. If we look at the total market cap here, this stopped about the 88%, But the altcoin market cap almost went all the way down to the 95% retracement. And in Litecoin, it did go all the way down to the 95% retracement. So altcoins are technically more undervalued in terms of percentage. They just haven't had quite as much money in this move. Initially, Bitcoin took the spotlight at the start. So I'm thinking like a buyer. I'm not getting too stuck on these daily candlesticks or the 3-day candlesticks. If we have a period of a few weeks that we're dipping, I'm not going to care. If we just continue to rally, that will be cool too. We'll probably find resistance somewhere up here and then still going for a little dip. We're not just going to go straight parabolic up. There's going to be little dips along the way. If you look at the last rally, the last ramp, the entire time, there was always little dips on the way up with Bitcoin, no matter what. As we started to go up for that new high, as the 2015 cycle started to reverse and then we broke new all-time highs, every time we started to make parabolic moves, there was always little dips, but the uptrend maintains. And that's what's important. That's why I'm interested in buying dips, any dips along the way, because the uptrend is likely to maintain at this point. We have a lot of reason to believe that Bitcoin is beginning a new bullish cycle. The weekly candlesticks also look pretty good with Bitcoin currently. There is a pretty big wick on this weekly candlestick, but technically the candlestick is green according to the coin market cap chart, but it does have a pretty big wick above it. So for this weekly candlestick, we need to get some type of a bull pin hammer for us to see a bullish recovery right off the bat. But it also, like I said, wouldn't surprise me if we dip just a little bit back down right here so that we can catch some more entries before we push higher. So we just got to wait for this weekly candlestick to really form. It will be over on July 19th. So once July 19th comes around, we'll know whether this weekly candlestick is bullish or bearish. If it's a big bullish pin hammer, we might be able to push up through this wick. It's possible. In the previous uptrend, this weekly candlestick had a wick all the way up to 2,700 per coin, and prices continued to see a huge bullish engulfing candlestick, and we rallied all the way up to 3,000 per coin. So it's not completely off the table, you guys, for us to continue to rally, even with an upward pointing wick on the weekly candlesticks. Any dips are going to be good entries as well. So being a bull in this type of a market is the best thing to do. I definitely am not trying to short this market by any means. I think that's ridiculous to try and short, unless maybe you're a day trader or something like that. Like trying to pick exactly where the market is going to stop going parabolic, you just don't know. Everybody always said 7,000 was the top, 5,000 was the top, 3,000 was the top. Everybody said that 17,000 was the top. The entire way they were trying to call a top on the market. So whenever things are ramping like this, the strength is in the bulls currently. So yeah, you guys, think like a bull, buy dips. If we dip down, that's going to be great entries. If we continue to see price rallies, this is just because we have went significantly down from the peak, 95% on altcoins and a lot on the different market cap with Bitcoin, all these different market caps. So money is going to come back in pretty quickly after a fall like that, after that much panic selling, and it shouldn't really come as that big of a surprise that the crypto market is doing what it's doing right now. So dips are welcome for entries, and breakouts are excellent for anybody that is long on the crypto market right now. So that's kind of my little Friday update for you guys. I will keep you posted as the market continues to develop, but it has been really nice to make money in the crypto space from a long perspective, going long on the market. And it's been really nice to have this much volume coming back in. So I'm hyped about everything that has happened. I hope you guys have been profiting off of these swings, and I will catch you guys in the next episodes. As always, stay profitable out there.